Hey guys, and welcome to FTM Transformers on YouTube. This week we're going to be discussing the topic of high school. As you guys know, I'm 27, so I haven't been in high school for about 8 years, I think. I graduated in 2005, but I'm still going to go ahead and do this because, hey, I really enjoyed high school. High school was a really important part of my life, and it's kind of where I discovered who I was and what it meant to be transgender. So high school was very pivotal in my life. It was when I really started to figure out myself and what it meant to be transgender, and it was the building blocks of who I am today. So for those of you that are in high school, it's okay to not be out. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. I wasn't out in high school. I didn't realize until I was probably a senior in high school that I was transgender. That's when I discovered the word and was able to actually put what I was feeling to something that was tangible in the real world. So I was a senior when I was 19, I graduated when I was 19. So, that's when I really discovered what was going on with me, and that's when things started to make sense for me. But I wasn't out. I think all my friends thought that I was a lesbian because I like girls and didn't, kind of cringed at guys and things like that. So I think everyone thought that I was a lesbian, but it really wasn't anything that any of us talked about. We didn't really talk about sexuality as much. And I think that's just because the friends that I had, we weren't really sexually active. And if we were, it wasn't anything that we were talking about because that just wasn't us. We were too busy with band and sports to really talk about things like that. I honestly think that I was the only transgender person in my school overall, or at least the only person that kind of fit that mold. There were actually more openly gay people than you would imagine for Central Oklahoma. I think that a lot of people think Oklahoma is really closed-minded and things like that, and it can be, but I live in Central Oklahoma. I live in a college town. OU is huge. And to be honest with you, Norman is a progressive thinking, it's a forward thinking city, which I'm proud of. I'm proud to say that I live in a progressive thinking city. But honestly, in terms of being transgender, there just was no information given. Nobody was open about it. Even I wasn't, but I didn't understand it. I think that now kids today that are, 10 years younger than me have more access to that information. They kind of know what to do. They know where to look and things like that. I didn't. So being transgender in high school really wasn't a problem for me because technically I was still just trying to find my way. I had these intense feelings of being different and didn't know what to do with it, didn't know how to make it mine or anything like that. But my advice to you, if you are transgender, and I know that we have a few guys on the channel who are still in high school, and so their videos are probably going to be better for you. But when I was in high school, in 2005, 2001 to 2005, my biggest advice for you is to make sure that you have a core set of friends who support you if you choose to come out, and will stand up for you in the event that someone starts bullying you. And you can't be afraid to tell somebody, to tell a teacher, your counselor, anything like that. You have got to be able to feel safe, because if you don't feel safe, you're not going to get a good education. And it's okay to not be out in high school. Teenagers can be insanely, ridiculously cruel, and it's hard. I didn't see a lot of that in my school, but I've heard of kids and I've seen kids who are younger than me go through things like that. And it's heartbreaking because you're just trying to live just like they are. So make sure you have a core set of people that are going to take care of you, and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, because you're not always going to have someone who's there to do it for you. Anyway, that's my video. I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of the week. We're going to have some awesome guys that are actually in high school and will be able to help you. See you later, guys.